Moon Day Quiz. In which year did man first land on the moon? Answer 1969. Who was the first human to step on the surface of the moon? Answer Neil Armstrong. Which space mission successfully carried the first human to the moon? Answer Apollo 11. Who was the second person to walk on the moon? Answer Buzz Aldrin. Who was the third astronaut on the Apollo 11 mission who stayed in the command module and did not walk on the moon? Answer Michael Collins. That's one small step for man, one giant leap for the mankind. Who said these historic words? Answer Neil Armstrong. What was the name of the lunar module that touched down on the moon during Apollo 11? Answer Eagle. What is the name of the plain area where Apollo 11 landed? Answer Sea of Tranquility. What is the name of the landing site where Chandrayaan 3's Vikram lander successfully touched down? Answer Shivashakti Point. What was India's first ever mission to the moon and in which year was it launched? Answer Chandrayaan 1, launched on October 22, 2008. How much time did Neil Armstrong spend outside the lunar module on the moon's surface? Answer around 2 hours and 31 minutes. In which year did the last manned mission to the moon take place? Answer 1972, Apollo 17. Who is the second Indian to travel to space? Answer Subhanshu Shukla, Indian Air Force Group Captain. Who is the last human to have walked on the moon so far? Answer Gene Cernan, Apollo 17. What is the scientific study of the moon called? Answer Selenology. How long does it take for light reflected from the moon to reach Earth? Answer 1.3 seconds. Which country was the first to conclusively detect the presence of water molecules on the moon? Answer India by Chandrayaan 1 mission. Who was the father of India's space program? Answer Dr. Vikram Sarabhai. What would be the color of the sky if you looked at it from the moon's surface? Answer black. Which country became the first to land a spacecraft in moon's south pole? Answer India. Who was the youngest person to walk on the moon? Answer Charlie Duke. Out of all 12 people who walked on the moon, only one was a professional scientist. Who was he? Answer Harrison Smith. What is the highest mountain peak on the moon? Answer Mount Huygens. What is the name of the lander in the Chandrayaan 3 mission? Answer Vikram, named in the honor of Dr. Vikram Sarabhai. What is the name of the rover in the Chandrayaan 3 mission? Answer rover name is Pragyan, meaning wisdom or knowledge in Sanskrit. What is the term used to describe the second full moon that occurs within a single calendar month? Answer blue moon. August 23rd is now celebrated as which national day in India to honor the Chandrayaan 3 landing? Answer National Space Day. What natural phenomenon on Earth is primarily caused by the moon's gravitational pull? Answer ocean tides, high tides and low tides. What names are printed or embossed on the wheels of India's Pragyan rover to leave tracks on the lunar dust? Answer the Ashoka Chakra and the ISRO logo. What is the most abundant element on the moon? Answer oxygen. Which massive rocket was engineered to launch the Apollo 11 spacecraft into space? Answer Saturn V. What is the average distance between the Earth and the Moon? Answer about 3,84,400 kilometers. Who was the only professional scientist and geologist among the 12 astronauts who walked on the Moon? Answer Harrison Smith, Apollo 17. Which Indian scientist has the name Missile Man? Answer APJ Abdul Kalam. What is the name of the largest visible impact crater on the Moon? Answer Bailey. What was the name of the primary instrument on board the Chandrayaan 3 propulsion module left in the orbit to study Earth's atmosphere? Answer shape. Where is ISRO's headquarters? Answer Bangalore in Karnataka. What are the daytime and nighttime temperatures on the Moon? Answer 250 degree Fahrenheit to minus 280 degree Fahrenheit. Which is the first man-made satellite in the world? Answer Sputnik 1, launched by Soviet Union. Who was the first Indian woman in space? Answer Kalpana Chawla. Which is the closest celestial body to Earth? Answer the Moon. Which is the main spaceport of ISRO located at Sriharikota, Andhra Pradesh? Answer Satish Dhawan Space Center. Which space shuttle was the first in world? Answer Columbia's, launched on April 12, 1981. Who introduced National Space Day in India? Please comment your answer. Thanks for watching.